So, hello everyone, and welcome to this Feminine Magnetism webinar. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Katie, and I am from Starlight Meditation, and I'm a channel and a space holder, and my path has led me to working a lot with different goddesses and the divine feminine, and it is one of my most favorite things to work with, because the time is so ripe for working with the divine feminine. It's so transformational to be working with our feminine selves and with feminine energies at this time. I would be really, really grateful to those of you that are listening live. If you could use the chat box to say hello, let me know that you can hear that the technology is working properly. And I also really love my webinars to be co-creative. And so if you if at any point you get guidance or insight or want to ask a question, please do use the chat box to co-create this webinar with me, which is, of course, the feminine way of creating. It is co-creating. Thank you to those of you that are saying hello. And we are going to begin this webinar with a short meditation just to bring us into more presence, to more wholeness of self. And so when you're ready, closing your eyes, feeling the muscles around your eyes relaxing as you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Letting this heart expansion breath expand and open your heart to the moment. As you feel a column of light from the center of everything, from the center of the universe, cascading down all around you, cascading through you, filling your aura with light, and filling the vibration of your body with light, and cascading down into the core of the earth, into the heart of everything that is physical in our world, and bouncing off the core of the earth, the heart of the Great Mother, and shining back up through you, so that the light doubles in all directions around you and shining up into the heart of the universe. And trusting that you are held in this light, held in the magnetic connection between these two hearts. These two centers of all that we are and all that we know. And allowing all parts of you to feel held, to feel safe, to feel supported, knowing that you are safe. And in this moment there is only love and light. Invite all of yourself to take this journey. Invite all of yourself to be here now, to hear, to heal, to evolve and to manifest in energetic circle with your sisters now. As you open your heart to those that you are sharing this webinar journey with, this soul landscaping journey with, the women that you energetically sit in circle with, that are listening either now or in the future. Feel all of those women's hearts opening to you, opening to your wholeness, to your integrity, to your truth. And give yourself permission to receive that love from this energetic circle. To invite that heart love from your sisters into parts of you that have felt unloved. As you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude, open your heart to this webinar. Asking your heart why. Was I called to this soul landscaping journey? Letting your heart answer in words, in pictures, in feelings, in knowing. Surrendering into listening and the space that is listening. As you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. And when you are ready, opening your eyes and coming in to the room. Noticing how you are feeling. Inviting yourself with every breath to become more present, to become more whole. And if you feel called to, you can use the chat box to share the intention that your heart gave you. Having your intention witnessed always brings a bigger energy to it. And this webinar is a webinar that is about learning. It is about healing, and from that healing, learning to manifest in the feminine way, in the way of magnetism. But in order to understand it more fully, the first part of this webinar is about listening to the concept, to listening to the left brain understanding of what feminine magnetism is and how we can create more of it as women in our lives. And thank you, Emma, for being courageous and sharing your intention. So my intention is to return fully to radiant health and energy. That's a beautiful intention. I love the word radiant. It's so full of light. Lovely way to think about your health. So thank you for sharing that. And so I would like you just to allow yourself this time to listen to the channeled explanations that I have received about feminine magnetism. And feminine magnetism is the way of receptive manifesting. It is the way of the feminine. If you think of the greatest symbols of the feminine that we have, such as the moon and the earth, they are magnetic. Gravity is a force that is magnetic. The moon is magnetic. And magnetism is something that all women and men that access their feminine can engage with in order to manifest. And rather than pushing and actioning and striving for our manifestations, magnetism invites us to pull in, to call in, to magnetically call our dreams, our wishes, and our wants towards us. And this is a very economical way of manifesting in terms of energy, because it takes less effort. It is about opening up and allowing ourselves to receive. It is, in terms of feminine archetypes, the queen's archetype, where she is served by the universe, where she is served by the laws of the universe, and everything she needs is provided for her. And so it's a way of manifesting that is in the deep flow of the feminine, and one that takes actually quite a lot of courage to come to, because we have lived in such a masculine way for so long collectively, and this thought that actually maybe we don't have to do very much, but simply call in, simply pull in, can almost trigger us and create quite a lot of conflict in us. It certainly did within me at first. And for a long time I understood that we could call in, and vibrational manifesting and things like that are part of feminine magnetism. But I never really understood it until I started to understand that magnetism is still something that we have to create. And we do it by creating space. So space is the most magnetic thing in life. If you think of a vacuum cleaner, it just sucks everything up because it is a space. If you think of how we are as beings are born, the womb is magnetic. The womb is a space that then calls into form. If you think of the earth, she is always creating space. She's always removing those dead leaves that the trees have dropped to create space, because the earth, it lives on this law of feminine magnetism, that in order for form to manifest, space, it must begin with space. And so understanding that in order to fully embody vibrational manifesting, and this manifesting that is about calling in, we have to understand how to create space. And when I talk about creating space, it is very good for flow of energy to create physical space like Gaia does, which is Mother Earth. But it's also really, really important to create conscious and subconscious space. And because this way of manifesting is the Shakti, is the feminine, the most powerful way to become more magnetic initially is to create space in our feminine consciousness. And so we all have an understanding of what it is to be a woman in our mind, in our conscious understanding. We have an idea of who we are and who we want to be. But we don't only manifest, we don't only live from our conscious mind, we also live from our subconscious. And in fact, my guides say that manifesting and learning to manifest 100% from your consciousness, as opposed to from your subconscious and your consciousness, which is what we all do now, that is ascension, that is enlightenment, that is coming fully into the fifth dimension. And at the moment, every human being I have ever met is manifesting a life that is partly conscious and partly subconscious. And generally the things that you have in your life that you want are the things that you have manifested from your consciousness. And the things that in your life that you don't want are things that you have manifested from your subconscious, because the subconscious, when you're born, and even before you're born, your subconscious is filled with all of these opinions, ideas, beliefs, sometimes from thousands of years ago, with all of these perceptions and feelings and emotions and stories that when you were a baby you just drank like a sponge into how to understand. It's also filled with imprints and all sorts of things. And the subconscious is very abstract. The subconscious loves you and is trying to serve you, but it has these belief systems that maybe don't align with what your consciousness wants, with who you are. And to give you an example of this, in April I did a workshop on abundance, and it turned out that there was only women at this workshop, even though it wasn't a women-only workshop. And all of these women, I knew they'd come to other things. They're all strong, empowered, inspirational women. And at one point in this workshop, my guides were taking all of us really deep into the subconscious. And one of the things that got triggered was the belief that we needed men in order to be abundant, in order to be financially safe. And all of these women work, are independent. A couple of them, myself included, were lesbians, and none of them were in any way dependent on men in their consciousness. But all of us had carried this in our subconscious because it was something that we'd seen in films. It was something that our parents and our grandparents and the generations had passed on to us. And when we hit upon it, we all got really, really emotional, and this huge energy came up from our subconscious. And we also really saw how this belief had maybe been making us more insecure and holding us back in our life and in our ability to manifest abundance. And that's one of many examples that I can give about the subconscious. But what you need to understand is that the subconscious is not what you think. There is no judgment around the subconscious. The subconscious is something that you maybe have absorbed, that you are vibrating with, that you are still holding the magnetism of, but it doesn't necessarily, it can completely contradict who you are and what you think. And that's why you want to clear it out of your subconscious, because while it's still there, it's acting as a magnetic pull for things that you are manifesting in your life. When we come into feminine consciousness, it is amazing how much consciousness and emotion and feeling and belief systems that can seem so archaic that we hold. And please do at any point ask a question if you have a question about any of this and what I'm saying. And one of the most major reasons that we have this huge amount of feminine subconscious stuff to collectively work through as women is because for thousands of years, the feminine has been trying to fit in to what my guides have called is a corseted understanding of what it is to be feminine. And so we have been told that the woman is made up of the triple goddess, which is the maiden, the mother, and the grandmother. And that we have to fit in, depending on the time of our life, into one of these aspects, into one of these roles. And whilst to be talking about the triple goddess on a conscious level may seem completely irrelevant to you, as soon as you go into your subconscious, you realize that there is all of this compressed consciousness that is trying to still fit into this understanding of what the feminine is, which is the triple feminine. What the triple goddess represents is three aspects of the feminine whole. And there are three other aspects that throughout history have been suppressed, have been forgotten. And these three other aspects are the Magdalena aspect, because of course you do not go from being a maiden, a virgin, into being a mother without having the Magdalene tantric, sexually empowered aspect of yourself. The midnight goddess aspect, which is essentially the witch, the magic woman, the woman that is so powerful that she can change the weather. And yet that aspect also contains all of the persecution energy that the feminine has experienced around that feminine way of receiving, feminine way of connecting. And yet she has also survived it. And we have come through the other end. And then there is also the warrior woman aspect. And the interesting thing about these aspects is that they are magnetic poles to each other. We are made up of all of those aspects. When we honor all of those aspects within ourselves and within our life, we can finally breathe. It's like we take the corset off and we're like, okay. And it doesn't matter what age you are. you have all of these aspects running through you energetically, and you dance between them every single moment of the day. But the interesting thing about these aspects is they're actually magnetic to each other. And so the maiden, her magnetic partner is the Magdalene. The mother, her magnetic partner is the warrior. And the midnight goddess, her magnetic partner is the grandmother. And what the triple goddess represents is the out-breath of the feminine, the giving aspects of the feminine. In terms of a masculine point of view, they're the aspects of the feminine that give to the world and provide for the world. And my guides have said that actually, because so much of our consciousness has been focused on those aspects which are the out-breath, this is why we are feeling so out of time, so out of energy, so exhausted, like we give and give and give all the time, and we're not receiving at the same level, because it is the other three aspects that are the in-breath, and they are the more forgotten aspects, the less honored aspects, the less recognized aspects. And because we don't connect to them as much, and because our consciousness is so resistant to them because of all sorts of religious conditioning and social conditioning, we are not doing a balance of in-breath, a balance of energy that goes inwards compared to the amount of energy that goes outwards. And this means that we're not in balance with ourselves, and it's only when we fully balance these aspects within ourselves that we are suddenly held between those magnetic 6 poles of the feminine self, and we suddenly have space, and the corset is off, and then we start to really feel all of these magnetic energies of the self, of the feminine self, working for us, supporting us, and charging and recharging, giving and receiving our own magnetic force, our own ability to call in through feminine magnetism. And so life gets so much easier. And I believe that if you want to become magnetic, if you want to be able to manifest by simply calling in, then creating space in your feminine consciousness is absolutely the first step. By taking this corset out of your subconscious, this corseted view of the feminine out of your subconsciousness, and basically allowing your consciousness and your sense of self to expand, and through expansion more space is created, and then you become more magnetic. And so if anybody, I hope that explanation has helped. We're going to do a healing now to help you start lifting and clearing out this consciousness. But if anybody has any questions right now, please do let me know, type them in. The rest of this webinar moves into the feminine, into the right brain, but it's really useful for your consciousness to understand what this concept of working in the subconscious in this way is about, because if you don't, then you are likely to argue with yourself and say, you know, I don't, for the example I give, I absolutely don't believe that women need to rely on men for money. No, your consciousness doesn't. But maybe your subconscious saw that in your grandmother. Maybe your subconscious had that belief drummed into your cells through your DNA. Maybe your subconscious watched loads of films that learnt that. And if your subconscious believes it, like I said, you will be having that magnetic pull as well as the pull of your consciousness. And this is why doing this work is so powerful, because the more you can create space in your subconscious, the more magnetic you become for your consciousness, for what you actually want to manifest. And the healing we're going to do is a lunar breathing healing. It is an alchemy healing, which is so amazing for the subconscious. Alchemy is the feminine way of transformation, because it is a space creator and a recycler, and it recycles energy from the subconscious and releases it back into prana, releases it back into magnetism. I invite you to let this healing do what it needs to do for you. I invite you to simply experience this healing, experience it with your imagination, with your emotion, with your senses, your 5 senses of your imagination and of your body. The subconscious does not speak English as much as it speaks image and feeling. And I'm just going to answer this one question, and then we will go into the healing. What would you say is the best way to work with the subconscious? I use subliminal hypnosis. Any other ways of accessing this area of mind? That's a really wonderful, wonderful question. The universe and the ascension of Gaia really wants us to access our subconscious. So simply setting the intention will mean that you can access your subconscious. Alchemy, which is what you're about to experience, this is a lunar breath alchemy, but there's many different types of alchemy, are really amazing for the subconscious. But simply asking, the best way to see your subconscious is to look at your life, because your life is a map of the wholeness of your consciousness. And the things that you have manifested in your life that you really want, they're from your consciousness. And the things that you're like, okay, why have I manifested being stuck in this job I don't want to do, or this argument, or anything like that, that is the way in to the subconscious. Your life is the map. And so anything in your life that isn't feeling like something positive is probably from your subconscious. And the question that I ask is, well, what is this giving me? And I sit and I meditate with it, and I'm like, what is this giving me? What is this giving me? Even though I don't want it, what is it giving me? And as soon as I ask that question, the subconscious starts to come up. The answers start to come up in words, in pictures, in feelings. Because, like I said, the subconscious is serving you. It's trying to help you. If the subconscious, for example, believes that the Magdalena aspect is sin because of Christianity, and it has that belief, then every time you have sex, for example, you're going to feel guilty and dirty. You're going to have that feeling come up. Or you're going to go for destructive relationships because you don't honor yourself as a sexually empowered woman. But not because the subconscious is trying to hurt you, but because it's trying to protect you. It's trying to say, no, this is sin. We can't do this. It's not a good idea. The amazing thing about belief systems, though, is they are not real. My guides say they're like lawyers. They are always trying to prove themselves. But once you've honored them, heard them, released them, then they've gone and they're out of your vibration, because they're not truth with a capital T. And so let's do this breath, and I invite you to be in your feminine. So listen. Again, listening is magnetic. Listening calls in what you hear. It calls in word, it calls in sound. Everything begins with space. and the magnetism of space. And so when you're ready, closing your eyes and feeling the muscles around your eyes relaxing as you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. As you breathe out, honor your inner maiden, mother and grandmother. And as you breathe in, honor your inner Magdalena, midnight, and warrior self. Really noticing the difference between the out-breath and the in-breath, and inviting those breaths to balance. As you open your heart to Goddess Luna, to the moon, which is your birthright as a woman, to receive healing from her. And feel a silver column of light coming down all around you now. Feel the magnetism in yourself. Recognizing the magnetism of the moon. Experience the moon breathing with you and you breathing with the moon. And the oceans, the breath that you share with the moon and the seas. And just as you opened your heart to Luna, open your feminine space, your womb space to Luna, and feel your womb filling with silver light, inviting any emotions that are moved to come up, trusting that they are coming up to be released. And as your womb fills with reflective silver, Luna, love, light now. Feel your auric field. Filling with silver alchemical geometry from the rays of light that Luna is sending to you. And this alchemical geometry is a very gentle light activation that simply reminds your aura how to be alchemical, how to recycle the energy of conscious thought and feeling from the subconscious and turn it back into prana. And you can let go, surrender, allow your body to move if it feels called to. Something that happens with alchemy is sometimes you burp or feel a bit nauseous while it's happening because it's a very physical energy. That's simply a sign that it's working. And don't worry if you don't. Everybody is different. Some people yawn. But allow it. Trust this ancient healing process of the feminine that comes from Mother Moon into your energy body now. And open your heart and ask, what belief is stopping me from being magnetic? More magnetic. What feminine story is stopping me from being more magnetic? And let the answer come. Maybe it is the nudge of a feeling. Maybe it is a memory. Maybe it is words. Allow it to be abstract. Allow whatever is coming to expand. It might be just an energy moving through one of your chakras or a physical pain in your body. Open your heart and ask Luna to pull it up now from your unconscious into your consciousness. As you breathe in, feeling your whole body and awareness filling with silver white lunar magnetism, and feeling Goddess Luna pulling up what you need to see, what you need to know. Choosing not to judge it, not to witness it. Simply to experience it. Breathing out whenever you need to. Feel yourself breathing in again. And it's as if the magnetic pull up from your subconscious is becoming stronger. And if you need to emote or move, let yourself. Feel yourself breathing out whenever you need to, and breathing in. Feeling Luna pulling this magnetism up, letting any resistance come to. Bringing up the belief from the depths of your dark consciousness, of your subconscious, of what you can't see. So you open your heart and ask, which aspect of the feminine is this belief connected to? Can be any one of them. And you breathe in, feeling this magnetism from Luna increasing, pulling up more of what you need to understand and feel. More of the weight that you have been carrying that is no longer of service to you. And breathe in, feeling this magnetism, really pulling it up now, surrendering it up. Breathing in and breathing in. And bringing it up, welcoming it up into your awareness. Now start to focus on your out breath. So as you're breathing out, letting your body move. And as you breathe out, feel your earth star portal, your chakra at the bottom of your aura opening. And breathe all that is coming up from this magnetic pull from Luna out of the bottom of your aura, out into the earth, letting it go into the alchemy of the soil. Anything that's not of service to you is going out into the soils of Gaia, where every single thing is recycled back into prana. With every in-breath, feeling Luna magnetically pulling this energy up through you, these beliefs, these stories, these images. And with every out-breath, feel Gaia's gravity magnetically pulling it into the earth, pulling it out of you, out of your consciousness, and in, feeling Luna bringing more up, and breathing out, feeling Gaia, Mother Earth, helping you release. Honoring any changes in temperature that you are experiencing. Again, this is part of the alchemy process, and breathing in, breathing out, and breathing in, letting more come up, and breathing out, listening to what's coming, breathing in, and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And on this out breath, allowing yourself to surrender, to move if you need to let go. Becoming aware of the space that has been created in your consciousness, and release of the old that has happened. Maybe you feel this space in your body as well as in your consciousness. And honoring this space. Feeling your aura begin to spin like a portal, recycling any old energy that has been released into your aura through this lunar breath. So those old words, thoughts, memories and images return to their pranic state. As you feel Luna's light filling your womb, and you feel Luna's magnetism coming in through the top of your aura, shining through your aura and traveling down into the earth, and all of the energy that you have released into the earth has become prana, that has become light, that has become love. She magnetically pulls into your aura now as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, feel Gaia helping this energy that has been returned to its natural state, gravitationally returned. Feeling Luna magnetically putting this energy up from the earth into the spinning sensation that is happening in your aura, breathing out, letting Gaia send it to you, breathing in, feeling Luna working with the magnetism of your in-breath, breathing out, letting Gaia give to you with the space that is created on your out-breath. Breathing in, feeling Luna pulling all of that energy into the bottom of your aura, breathing out, letting Gaia send that energy up into the spinning action of your aura, breathing in, letting Gaia send you all this love and energy, breathing out, letting this energy become more magnetic. Breathing in as you magnetically call the energy to you, breathing out, it becomes even more magnetic in the spinning of your aura. Breathing in, feeling Luna kissing Gaia at the base of your aura, breathing out, feeling Gaia kissing your magnetism that you hold in your body. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, feeling your aura slowly, slowly stopping spinning, slowing down, and noticing how your aura naturally expands because prana is a spacious dance of energy. And what you've done by creating space in your subconscious and alchemizing these old memories, these old thoughts, these old ideas, is you've created more energy for your consciousness, for your conscious manifesting, for your vibration. So let your aura expand to the size that it wants to be, feeling it sparkling in all of that lunar light. As you breathe in Gaia's gravitational energy now, feeling yourself grounding into this healing, grounding into this new space, into this new breath, into this new way of being. And when you breathe out, letting any energy that's not of service to you or does not belong to you be magnetically taken by the moon to source, or wherever it is in the highest good for it to go. So now the direction of the magnetism is pulling up out of your aura. As you breathe in the energy of Gaia, grounding in to the space that you have created. Feeling the magnetic energy moving up out of the top of your aura, going to wherever it is in the highest good to go, be it the past or source or the earth. Trusting that Luna will take it to where it needs to be. Breathing in, grounding into the magnetism of Gaia. Breathing out, letting all energy that does not belong to you go. We carry so much that is not ours. Letting yourself become lighter as you give to the magnetic pull of the moon. Letting go. Breathing in the gravity, grounding into the space. Breathing out, letting the magnetism go. Breathing in to Gaia. Breathing out, letting the magnetism go. Breathing in. Breathing out. Feeling the two-way flow coming in the top and bottom of your aura from Gaia and Luna, helping your habitual consciousness to integrate this new space, this new awareness. And feeling your aura becoming completely still as the alchemical geometry dissolves and your aura returns to its natural vibration, simply more expanded, more colorful, more radiant. As you send your love and gratitude up to Luna, feel one last magnetic pull that she takes all energy that is not of service to you, to Source, Gaia, wherever it is in the highest good for it to go. And as you send your love and gratitude to Gaia, you feel the magnetic pull of love from the earth, grounding you into this new awareness, this new sense of self, this new space that has been created in your conscious whole. And feel the 6 aspects of the feminine that make up the inner goddess. Magnetically aligning. Maybe your mother self is in front of you, your grandmother behind you, your midnight goddess below you, your maiden above you, your warrior right and your Magdalena left, And if that doesn't feel right, invite them just to swap round, to click into place for whatever is right for you. Simply by honouring all of these aspects of self, again, notice the space that is created. The quietness. As you connect into that stream of source light that has been holding you for this healing. Noticing how more of it can come in because you have created space. Noticing how much more light you have. Really inviting your aura to stretch into the new frequency, into the new space. As a golden rain shower of light pours down, washing your aura of any energy that does not belong to you or serve you, taking it into the earth where it can serve, where it belongs. And breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. And when you are ready, opening your eyes and coming into the room. Allowing yourself to stretch and move, noticing how you are feeling. And I would love to hear from anybody that feels called to know how you're doing, what you experienced, how you are feeling now. For me, what was coming up was deep emotion. There felt like no story, but there was so much energy moving through my throat, and it was like a deep clearing of my voice, and how the feminine voice has been suppressed. And I actually feel like my voice has shifted already, and now my aura is feeling just so bright. And so thank you for that healing, Luna and Gaia. It's one of the many, many forms of alchemy that there is. But honestly, alchemy is the most powerful tool I know for manifesting the life that you want, because it works with such deep subconscious. And so, like I said, please, if you're listening live, do write in, be witnessed. It helps the healing. It helps the kind of alignment into the new space to do so. And of course, ask any questions or anything like that. Oh, thank you, Emma, for being brave tonight and speaking. Wow, so beautiful, heartfelt gratitude released so much of my parents' grief I was holding, that in my heart and my womb, my own aura is thousands of spinning rainbow spheres now. That's awesome. Grief is one of the feminine emotions, my guides are just saying to me now. And so it's one of these suppressed emotions. And in fact, the feminine emotions have been suppressed. That's an amazing, and they're the ones we tend to hold in the most because of what's happened. This guidance is coming through now, so I really am excited to explore what the other feminine emotions are. But grief would make sense because it is alchemy, and it's of course one of the ones that collectively, especially if you're English, you were told stiff upper lip, don't show your emotions. So I'm thank you for sharing, Emma, and I'm so pleased that your aura is feeling so good now. We're going to end by talking about how this space we've created we can consciously use for magnetism, and it's going to be another experiential thing. But I wanted to let any of you know that if you are really feeling like you'd like to go deeper with the feminine consciousness and with this concept of the different aspects, Starlight has a course that is called Rise of the Divine, a course to awaken your inner goddess. And it goes, you spend an intense amount of time being held in the energy of each aspect. So of course you do in your own time online, most women found that they weren't allowed, that have done it already, have found that they weren't allowed to leave the aspect until they'd done all of the healing on it. And so you work with the shadow and the light of each aspect, and you really kind of clear it out of your subconscious. And like I said, this course has a life of its own. Like, you really spend long periods of time in the energy of the aspect. There's meditations and ceremonies and webinars and one-to-one support throughout the course. And I've put a link up so you can click and it will open in another tab. And there's loads of alchemy on the course as well. And I've done this course, and I cannot express to you how much it's changed me at my core, and how much it's given to my own life, and it's such inner empowerment. And it was such a beautiful, emotional, incredibly healing journey. And for those of you that are listening to this webinar, we're doing an offer on the course price of over £100 off. So, because I just feel lots of women should do it. So if you are called, that flash offer is available. And open the link, you won't lose the webinar. We will go on to this manifesting. I'd also like to share some other lovely things that are coming through. Thank you, Lou, and for saying thank you so much. And Rebecca, thank you for that beautiful guidance. I felt a lot of movement through my womb. I'm feeling so much more spacious inside. Guilt and shame came up for me with this work, but I'm hoping the movement was clearing. Yeah, anything that comes up will be clearing. So well done for honouring guilt and shame, because they are the hardest ones, and actually where we tend to store them in our wombs because of the suppression of the Magdalene partly. But they're massive ones to shift. Like, if you think in terms of vibrational manifesting, if you're carrying guilt and shame around, you know, there's such heavy vibrations. And one of the things I realized is that guilt was actually one of my comfort zones as a woman, and that I'd been creating these guilt situations for myself throughout my life because I was actually comfortable being guilty, on a subconscious level, of course. And when I lifted that, wow, the flow of my path got so much more peaceful, because I just let go of comfort zone guilt. So brilliant. I'm so proud of you. And thank you, Anna. Thank you so much for opening the mind of woman. Oh, I love you all. Thank you. I'm feeling so much gratitude and love for you, my sisters. But let's do this manifesting. So once you've created this space, essentially you've opened yourself up for more magnetism, and we can choose to be magnetic. And in fact, when something's not showing up, money being a great example, like when you're in a moment of money not flowing towards you if you're self-employed, the most powerful thing you can do is literally say, okay, there's space, it's magnetic, and choose to see it as magnetic as opposed to a problem, and it will bring you in to the feminine. This very simple exercise is also really, really good for feminine magnetism manifesting, especially after you've got all of this pranic energy from an alchemy session or a subconscious session. So closing your eyes and breathing in love and breathing out gratitude, feeling all of that prana and light and energy that's supporting you. And honouring the space in your womb, the space in your body, how your cells are made up of feminine magnetic space, and experiencing every single cell in your body like stars, with space in between, so that you're really, really connecting into the space of feminine law, the space of feminine way, and feeling every cell in your body like a tiny star with loads and loads of space. And letting those stars also be stars in your aura, in your consciousness and subconsciousness. And as you focus on the space inside yourselves, in the space inside your being, in the space that is your womb, feel how magnetic it is. Feel the movement of that magnetism, the desire, which is the root of love, the beginning of love. And experience yourself as magnetic, as vacuumous. And now choose, what do I want to manifest? Let it be told to you by your heart. Let it appear in the space. What do I want to manifest more of in my life now? And whatever the answer is, if it's an object, ask what feeling, what vibration is this object? So if it's something like a car or a job, something physical, take it out of the physical and into the feminine, into the vibrational, into the feeling. What feeling would having this thing give me? And explore this feeling in a sensory way. What would this feeling smell like? Sound like? What texture does it have? What colors is it made of? How does it move? And feeling all of that space in the stars of your cells. Pull this feeling in, feeling how much your womb is able to pull this feeling in, the textures and smells and sounds and sensations of this feeling. And all you have to do is allow the space to pull it in. Just as Luna showed you how the magnetism feels, allow your own magnetism to start pulling it in. As you feel Gaia sending you gravitational energy so that more of this feeling could come into your womb, into your heart, into your vibration. As you invite all of that new prana to start vibrating with that feeling, to start mimicking those sounds and textures and colors and movements and smells, so that your aura is becoming that feeling, and you are pulling it into the space in your body, embodying the vibration of the result of this manifestation of what you want to feel. Now opening your heart and asking, where does this feeling need to live in my body? And inviting this feeling into that part of your body. So you feel how magnetic you are because of all of the space that you have. All of the space you have created and all of the space that you have and had already. Feel that feeling, that result becoming magnetic. Inside this part of your body, inside this inner space. And its form version already moving towards the pull of that magnetism. The physical reality of this feeling already being pulled towards you, called into you, called into your reality now. Through the gravitational laws of Gaia, through the magnetic laws of the feminine, through the co-creational laws of the universe. And open your heart to it coming now. Letting that feeling spill and shine into all of the space in your body, in the cells of your body, and all of the space in your aura. Surrendering into the feeling and breathing in love and breathing out gratitude. Breathing in love and breathing out gratitude. Breathing in love and breathing out gratitude when you are ready. Opening your eyes and coming back into the room. So I hope that gave you an experience of how you can access your feminine magnetism. Like I said, the more space you create, the more you naturally live it. I certainly have found that for myself. The more I've worked with my feminine consciousness, the more it's naturally happening, and the more instantly I'm being able to vibrationally and magnetically manifest. But that practice of really kind of honoring the magnetism that you have and then allowing the feeling that you want to become magnetic, and it's really powerful, and it will really bring more of your dreams into your life. I hope that this webinar has been helpful to you. The card I pulled at the start of the webinar is a card that said Oceans of Love, Healing, Creativity and Fertility. My guides are saying play with all of those things. Play with your magnetism, your manifesting and your healing. They are all one, and that is another law that the feminine understands. Of course, if you have any questions, do let me know. Closing your eyes and sending your love and gratitude to Gaia, sending your love and gratitude to Luna, sending your love and gratitude to the dreams you have magnetically called in, sending your love and gratitude to yourself, to your sisters, and to the guides that have been supporting, and to Source. And honoring that out breath, and because what we send out we get back. Honoring your in-breath and receiving all of that love and gratitude and oneness back. Thank you all so much. So many love and blessings and so much light to you all.